This week on Rugged Expeditions, we're going down under. Hunting in the Northern Territories of Australia, it's a lot of different environments that you're hunting these buffalo in. One day, you find yourself out on these wide open flats. Then the next day, you'll be hunting in the thick riverine jungle. You're walking through the thickets. You're looking for them up close. With these buffalo, I guess you could probably take a 300-yard shot at one if you wanted to. That wouldn't be any fun. We're trying to get in as close and as tight as we can on these things.
This episode brought to you by Choice Ammunition, uncompromised precision.
Northern Australia reminds me a lot of Africa. You've got the wide open plains, you've got the thick riverine jungle, you've got biting ants, you've got termite mounds all over the place. But the thing that reminds me the most is they got black buffalo. The big difference between the African buffalo and the Asiatic water buffalo found in Australia is horn formation. The African buffalo, of course, drop down and make that sweep and then come up with the points at the top. The Asiatic water buffalo comes straight out from their head and then curves back. Much different horn formation, but still a wily, big animal to hunt. Lightning strikes cause all kinds of fires up here in the Northern Territory. But it's actually good because it burns off the underbrush and the new grass comes back up after it's cooled down. This, of course, attracts all the wildlife and the buffalo head for it as soon as it turns green. With these buffalo, I guess you could probably take a 300-yard shot at one if you wanted to. That wouldn't be any fun. And the reality is that you're probably not going to kill them cleanly. What we're trying to do on this trip is we're trying to get in as close and as tight as we can on these things. We've got a bull that's back in these trees. Nice looking bull. We've got to try and get in there. This wind is kind of swirling early in the morning, but we're hoping that it'll stay steady enough that we can get in there and get an opening where we can get a crack at him. He might be going into layup already because it's starting to heat up, but we'll give it a try.
These buffalo can be very interesting to hunt. Can be quite unpredictable. Pretty much guarantee they're going to charge you. If you come down hunting buffalo, be really wary.
We're here to try and shoot a few management bulls. And that bull was just too big and too nice. That was not a management bull, that was a nice trophy bull. We had him at about, I don't know, 22 yards, something like that. And what a gorgeous animal. The curiosity that these animals have is unbelievable. He knows there's something there, he's not sure what it is, but he's got to come and investigate it. That's pretty cool, seeing an animal do that. That's fun getting in close on them, though.
You see how well hidden we have to be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all you'd need is kind of one of those ghillie suits, and you'd look just like one of these anthills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting the chance to get out to hunt with a guy like Glenn, who's been out here in the outback for over 24 years guiding buffalo hunters, was a treat in itself. I mean, this guy's crustier than a loaf of bread that's 2.5 weeks old.
When these two boys stepped off the plane, I didn't know what we were in for. They're just the biggest bogans I'd ever seen. G'day, I'm Glenn.
Glenn Allen.
G'day,
Nice to see you.
they were cracking beers straight away.
Coming up here to Australia was a new twist for Mac and I. Of course, we've hunted a lot of Cape buffalo through our career in all different parts of Africa. Well, thanks a million, man, for coming over here with me and sharing another
This has been so awesome.
But getting the chance to come up and test our buffalo hunting skills on some new species looked like it might be a little fun. Thanks a million for coming.
God,
what a great trip.
This is awesome.
The billabongs of Australia are typically where one would find herds of water buffalo. However, it's not uncommon to find these huge duggaboys meandering through the flats of Arnhem Land.
This morning we're gonna head out into a big flat area out here. And these buffalo like to come out in these flats and roll around in mud and that. So we're hoping that we're gonna get a chance to catch some while they're still out in the open before they go back in this thick stuff that's around us. So, you know, all you can do is get out and hike around and keep your fingers crossed. I got them all crossed. Like this, like this. There we go. We got good mojo. Let's go see what's gonna happen. That's real fresh buffalo doo-doo. Like, really fresh. Hasn't even gotten a crust on it yet. Hunting in the Northern Territories of Australia, it's a lot of different environments that you're hunting these buffalo in. One day you'll be hunting in the thick riverine jungle. Then the next day, you find yourself out on these wide open flats. The problem with these ones that are out in these flats is that you gotta be able to get up on them. And it's wide open for a good 300-400 yards. But that's where he's laying, so. But I'm sure Mac's up for the challenge. Mac's gonna try and cross this opening here. We've got a nice little sand dune in between us and the bull. There's enough sand there, the little hump will be just perfect.
Okay, you and Alan go up to that little sand hill. You should be able to get a shot from there.
Yeah.
And I'll be back a little bit and off to your left.
Yeah, if I can make it to those shells, we're good.
Yep, okay.
All right.
You got nothing to hide behind. All you can do is try and play the wind and do the sneaky sneak out on them. On this buff, it was Mac's turn to shoot and my turn to play backup.
All right. I think we got him. Stalk.
That was sweet. Let's go.
Rugged X Stalk.
Let's go see.
I know they're water buffalo, but you can never really be too careful, can you?
A buffalo's a buffalo last time I checked.
He's out.
Done.
All right.
Well done, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look at this thing.
Buffalo down under. This is really something.
I mean, this is an old bull that he's broken off. He doesn't have any hair on his boss.
You know, it's good to come here and not only be doing trophy hunting, but also do some management hunting, like culling these old bulls out of these herds. There's such a population right now that you've got to do a little bit of culling out here and keep them managed. Otherwise, they're just going to take over everything. But what a great trophy. And great shooting, man.
Thank you.
That was good. Well, as you guys were coming up to the sand there, and we came up over top, and he stood up, I thought, uh-oh, there he goes. But he stayed there.
Yeah, they're curious.
But it's a great stock. I mean, you're a great hunter, and to be able to come across this flats like this and get that close to an animal all by himself out here, that's a good job.
It's like trying to sneak across the pool table.
Way to go. While we're here in Australia, one of our goals is to try and kill a water buffalo with a local weapon, the boomerang. This boomerang was presented to us by one of the tribal elders. This is a special one. It contains a lot of excellent Aboriginal mojo. So supposedly it has a kangaroo on it, but they say it also works on buffalo. But before we try it on a buffalo, we figured we better see how it flies and everything and make sure it's gonna work. Now they're telling us that it needs to be thrown this way, which I would have thought you'd throw it like a Frisbee, but that's not the case. You want to throw it like this. So we're going to give it a try here and see what happens. Now remember, for all you kids back home, that a boomerang goes out in the air and comes right back to you. That's the trick with it. So let's see how this works.
Good throw, Al.
Get out, get out. We got to try that again. I'll be right back. Is it this way? So apparently my lesson that I got from the Aborigines didn't work, so we've got the actual Aboriginal tribal elder here with us, who's going to show us exactly how this is going to work.
Angus Macbeth.
Angus Macbeth, the Aborigine himself. Okay, get out of the way, folks. This is going to be great.
Good job there, Angus.
All right, here it goes. This time we're trying it the other way. There it goes, it's coming around. This is gonna work out perfect. Oh! Oof. I hope it does this much damage to a buffalo when it hits it. We're gonna go get this buffalo with a boomerang. Dang it, the trees are just a bit too thick. And he's a little bit out of range. With an alternative method like a boomerang, I like to get inside of about 20 yards with him.
The marshes of Arnhem Land are prime habitat for water buffalo. The buffalo use these mud holes to cool off and protect themselves from biting insects. The water buffalo use their wide splayed hooved feet to prevent them from sinking too deeply into the mud. As the largest member of the bovine family, the water buffalo was originally transplanted from Asia, where most were used for milk production due to its higher protein content than dairy cattle. It wasn't until 1824 when water buffalo were first introduced into this region. Traveling the riverine jungle by truck, J. Allen Smith, along with his good friend Mac Paget, try their luck in the thick woods of Arnhem Land for water buffalo.
Leaving camp early in the morning, it's nice cool air, you're full of optimism. You don't know what's gonna happen this day, but you know whatever happens, it's gonna be fun. We've got a couple of bulls up here that we just saw. We're gonna try and sneak up. The wind's kind of swirling around, but one of them looks like he might be not too bad. We finally found one of those trophy bulls that you've come all the way to Australia for. What a monster. Where is it?
It's a really good trophy bull there.
Yeah. You see him?
Yeah. Try and approach a little bit closer. Let's go.
We got this tree, though. We might be okay with these trees.
We should be okay. He's gonna keep doing that. He's gonna keep going away. He's really toughy, this fella. Just, you're better off probably going up by yourself. Give it a go.
We can give him. Maybe he'll just hold one time if we can.
Give it a go.
All right. Go see.
The way he was hanging out in the brush late in the evening, I thought, if he's not gonna stand there and let us go to him, let's see if he'll come to a call. Maybe I can entice him with him thinking that maybe I'm a cow buffalo that's ready for a little loving. Oh. Oh. The trick then is to try and close the gap, not get him too nervous. Oh. 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 I stuck that one in him right in the right spot. He spun around. Luckily, I was able to get a couple more shots into him before he disappeared into the brush. That's a big-bodied animal right there. And I don't care whether it's Cape buffalo or Asiatic water buffalo. When they're wounded, you got to be careful when you're following them up, especially when it was getting dark like it was. Look at the horns on this thing. There you go. The light was fading fast, but luckily there was a really good blood trail, and it didn't take us long, and we found him stone cold dead.
All right. Look at this.
How about that, huh? Let's see if we can get him. Yeah. Yep, watch it. Look at the horns on this thing, Mac, huh? Holy smokes. What a monster.
No ground shrinkage here.
Look at the,
Man,
he's
that's
all
a nice one
gnarly.
now.
Look how broken off he is, huh?
Chewed up, mud.
Man, these buffalo are incredible beasts. I mean, what's really amazing about these bulls is they're so aggressive, and when you give them that challenge call, whether it sounds like a cow or a bull, I'm not really sure what it is, and then that little bit of movement where he could see something was in that green bush, but he wasn't really sure what it was, but you know, he's the man here in this part of the neighborhood, so he was gonna come and check it out. Well, thanks a million to Simon and the gang. Just a fantastic animal. Come all this way, and this is what we came for.